going to be recording this so that at the end of the class, if you would like, I can send you a copy of the class that you just attended as a link so you can watch it or forward it to other staff or anything like that at your convenience. Okay, so this is the online store and paired class, and essentially what we're going to be talking about is the setup of the online store, the proper way to set it up, as well as how it interfaces with the paired app. So let's start. We have our online button here in our Transcend toolbar. We're going to click on that, and that's going to take us to our Setup Online Store window. So the first thing that we need to do is fill in these fields. It may look a little daunting, but I'm going to go over each one of them. It's pretty simple, actually. Where it says existing website address, you put your company's website address. Pretty simple. The email address, you're going to put an email address in here if you want to be notified when certain things happen in the website version of the online store. For instance, if somebody makes a purchase of a product or books an appointment online or purchases a gift certificate, an email can be sent to the business letting you know about that. Now, that is completely optional because the software has other ways of making you aware of it. Certainly, if somebody books an appointment online, the appointment actually appears directly in your appointment book. Also, if somebody makes a purchase of a gift certificate or a gift certificate online, for instance, then they're able to actually print it out from home. There's nothing that you need to do at the shop to make that work. The software is already aware of the certificate. That person can print it out at home, come in and use it. If they buy a gift card, then that card can be shipped out to them, and the software is notified so that an alert appears on your point of sale, letting you know that somebody has, in fact, made a purchase of a gift card, and it will give you a label to print out as well so that you can simply activate that card and ship it out to them. Also, with retail online, same thing. An alert appears in your point of sale, letting you know that an online purchase of products has just been made, and it gives you the list of the product or products that have been purchased, as well as a shipping label that you can print out so that you can send those products out to them. So whether or not you choose to put anything in this email address is entirely optional. Terms and conditions. This is just a blank white box when you start using this, and so you fill this in with whatever information you want your customers to have access to in the website portion of the store. So for instance, in my case, I've set up appointments, gift certificates, and retail, so I've addressed them all here. All purchases of gift certificates, cards, or products online are final sales. No refunds are available. We require 48-hour advance notice of any cancellation or rescheduling of an online appointment. Failure to do so may result in a 25% charge. So my terms and conditions are addressing all three, so obviously yours may be very different depending on what it is you are in fact addressing. Finally, next we have the bottom message. The bottom message really is just a simple, tiny little line of text at the bottom of the page. What page are we talking about here? The online store may look something like this. And you'll notice that at the bottom of the page, we have the terms and conditions link as well as the little line of text. Now, that can be anything you want it to be. I've said Pro Solutions Software, Inc., 2017, all rights reserved. You might have something as simple as, if you have any questions, please call, and a telephone number. Again, it's a tiny little line of text, and it can be left blank. Next is the API login and the API transaction key. Now, these are a little bit more complicated. Essentially, what these are is if you want to be able to charge a credit card online, so somebody's making a purchase of a gift certificate or gift card, or they're purchasing a product, they need to be able to pay for that with their credit card through your store, whether it's through the app or through the website. If they're going to be doing that, you must have an API login and transaction key. So where do you get them? There is a company called Authorize.net. Now, this is not a credit card processing company. This, in fact, is a payment gateway, and it's one of the most popular payment gateways on the internet. So what happens if you need to be able to sell gift certificates or gift cards, or if you need to be able to sell products through your website or through the app, you need to have an Authorize.net account. And the way you do that is, whoever your credit card company is that you're using, whether you're using our preferred provider, Vantiv, or you're using somebody else, you must request an online merchant ID. And that online merchant ID, you're going to take to Authorize.net and go to Get Started. And you're going to create yourself an account with Authorize.net. Once that account has been created, you are assigned an API login and API transaction key. That login and transaction key will be placed in here, and you are now able to sell credit cards through the store. Again, whether it be through the app or through the website. Next, we have our 3 images. I've got the main image, the side banner image, and the bottom banner image. Now, the main image is the one at top. The reason that it doesn't say top, side, and bottom, instead it says main, side, and bottom, is because, yes, this is the top image, but it also applies itself to other things, like, for instance, your gift certificates. So if somebody purchased a gift certificate online and printed it out, it would have your main image running across the top. So it's more than just the top banner on the page. So right now, mine look like this. I've got this banner. This is my main banner. Then I have my side banner and my bottom banner. And before we do anything else, we set up the front page of our store. So my main image, I'm going to go to Upload, Browse, and then on my computer, I'm going to find the image that I want. If you are using the cloud version of the software, you must upload JPEGs. Not PNGs, not GIFs, must be a JPEG. So I'm going to go ahead and choose my new top image and upload. Should only take a few seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's done. So now I've got a new main image. Now I'm going to choose my new side banner image. Browse, going to go down to the side banner I want. I'll choose the foot here and upload. Again, just a few seconds. And that was even faster. I didn't even start counting there. And then finally, my bottom banner image. And browse, and we'll choose our bottom banner and upload. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's done. Okay, so as you can see, just a few seconds to upload your images. Then I've got my main color and my background color. Well, right now I've got this blue because it went with the images that I had previously, but I'm going to change that now. My main color I'm going to make green, let's say. Now, I want you to understand something very important about the main color. The main color is the color that is going to be behind your text and your imagery. Okay, so that's going to become very important in just a moment. Now I have my background color, this dark blue here. I'm going to change that to a dark green because I'm changing everything to a green imagery. Then we have our font size. We recommend that you leave the font size as 3. If you need it to be a little bit bigger, change it to 4. But don't change it to anything bigger than that. No 5s, no 6s, God forbid a 12. Because if you put in too large a font size, it's going to mess with the formatting. Our system is set up for a font size of 3, and that's the proper format set. 4 is not a problem either, just to make it a little bit bigger. But again, bigger than that, you're going to start messing with the formatting, so 3 or 4. It's already set at 3 for you. The font name, Arial, you can actually change your font to anything you have installed on your computer, simply by typing in the actual font name here. But understand, we already have it defaulted to Arial, and we recommend that you leave it at Arial because that is the most commonly used and easily read online font. Next, we come to our font color. Now, this is where we get back to this main color. The main image color, I've said, is going to be this light green. So I want my font color to have a stark contrast. So if my main color was dark purple or black or dark brown or something like that, then I would want my font color to be white or yellow or something like that. Again, there must be a stark contrast because your font, your words, are going to be layered over your main color. So if you want your customers to be able to read them, make sure that there is a stark contrast between the main color and the font color. So if you're choosing a light color for your main, then you should be choosing a very dark color for your font. If you're choosing a dark color for your main, then you should be using a very light color for your font. Next, my hyperlink color. These are not that big a deal, but please understand there are hyperlinks throughout your page. And what we've said is, in this case, I said I want my hyperlink to be this light blue. And how do you get that? You simply click on the color box. Choose the color you want, and then you can go ahead and select OK. I want it to be this blue. That's the traditional color of a hyperlink. Then I have my previously visited link color. Again, it could be any color you want. I've made it this burgundy, but what does previously visited mean? It means that if your customer has already clicked on that link in the past, then that link will no longer be this blue, but instead will be this burgundy in this case. Also, my mouse over link color. When you bring your mouse over a hyperlink, it's going to change the color of that hyperlink so that you know that you are about to activate that if you click. And so I've said I want it to be easily discernible, so I've made mine kind of a hot pink. Again, entirely up to you. Finally, my active hyperlink, I just made it the same color as my hyperlink color. It just means this is the link that you're currently in. Then I've chosen my button colors, the main buttons for the main page, and I've said they're blue. I'm going to change those to green because I'm going with my green standard. And save. I have now created my front page of my store. So this is what it used to look like. So now we've made changes. Let's refresh. And now this is what it looks like, because I've changed the art, I've changed the color of the buttons, and I've changed my main and my background colors as well. Okay? So now I've got my store front page, my store front set up. And now that I've got my store front set up, I need to actually say what this store is going to do. And I have three options. I've got appointments, gift cards or gift certificates, and retail. Now, I do want you to also be aware, by the way, that Pro Solution Software has a graphic arts department that is at your service at no charge. It's part of your monthly subscription. So you don't have to worry about asking them for help. If you cannot create your own imagery, they can create it for you, and they will email it to you. You can supply them with artwork. I'm sorry, yes, you have a question? Go right ahead.
Okay, so I don't see my store when we just use online booking right now.
Okay.
So the link goes straight to the actual page.
That's right.
So how do I see my store?
Okay. So there are three different options. Like I said, appointments, gift certificates, and retail, part of the store, okay? Now, if I went to appointments, there is an appointments URL that is specific to appointments online. So it is that URL that you have turned into a button on your page. So that when someone clicks that button, it takes them directly to appointments online. If you wanted them to be taken to your main store page, then you would need this website address here, this URL that you'll find on that page. So you'll turn that into a button, and that will take your customers to the main page. Okay? So each one of them has their own URL. So you can skip the main page altogether.
Yeah.
You want to set it up, though. It's important that you set it up anyway. And the reason for that is because, first of all, if you ever do want to have a main page, it's already there for you. But more importantly, let's not forget that the fonts, for instance, the background color, et cetera, that's still going to be showing on your appointments, gift certificates, and retail. What you're not going to get are the main buttons, the big buttons there. So for instance,
I set it up, but I don't know how to view it. If you know what I'm saying? Because
okay, well,
I'm looking at your screen, I'm looking at my screen as well.
Sure. Well, let's take a look at what your store looks like. So what's your account number?
10089.
Okay, so this is what your store looks like right now.
Yeah.
Because all I did was I used the actual URL and I changed your account number.
Oh, I see. Do you get that?
So,
okay,
so there it is. There's your actual store, and you're right. You only have appointments set up in it.
Yeah.
And if I go there,
change the size of our button. We'd need to change the size of our button.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's quite formatted correctly. I would probably make some changes there. And then, of course, I can go back to my main store page. But did you, by the way, because you are only using appointments, do you want me to cover the gift certificates and the products in this class?
Yeah, because that's what, I thought this class was to do with the paid app, because that's what I'm
to, yes. Yeah,
yeah, so that's what I'm more interested in, or I'm finding out about. But, you know, this is good. I've got my receptionist next to me as well. So,
good.
You know,
and don't forget, I'm recording the class, so she'll be able to watch it in the future as well.
Good. Yeah, that would be great. Okay.
Okay. All right. Now, so there's your store, and that's how you get to it. You use the actual URL on the main page. You use the actual URL, and that'll be your store. And so you'll take that URL and give it to whoever your web administrator is and have them make a button if you're going to activate gift certificates and retail, and that's entirely up to you. Now, if you are going to be using the app, we obviously recommend that you use gift certificates and retail because those are parts of the app. So definitely it's something that you're going to want to have. So it needs to be set up in the store in order to be used in the app. So we're going to go through that really quickly, and then we'll get into the app itself. So you've already set up your appointments, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip that. The next thing, though, is we're going to talk about then is gift cards and gift certificates.
Right.
It's actually very simple. When I click on this button, it activates the gift cards and gift certificates feature. That button will now be available on your store. So once I've clicked on that button, it brings up this little tiny window here, this set up online gift cards or gift certificate store window.
We have gift certificates, but we don't use it through the software. We've got another, what do you call, like a
third-party system?
Yeah, we bought the gift certificates from you, but we use, yeah, exactly. It's a third-party system, and I don't know how to change that to use it through the store.
Okay, well, I can tell you right now that even if you sell gift certificates brick and mortar there, you can also set this up online for the app and for the store so that people can still buy them online without having to come into your store and buy them and use them, because your software will be aware of it. So if the only thing you want to do then for this is to actually do it online, then the only shipping method you need is email. Now, I've created 3 shipping methods: email, FedEx overnight, and USPS first class. Well, I'm going to get rid of them. So I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to delete this, and I'm going to delete this. All right, I'm going to save my changes and exit out. So let's go back in. So in your case, you would have clicked on this button. It takes you to the Setup Online Gift Certificates Store window, and you're looking at this same screen that I'm looking at now, and there will be no shipping methods. That's all you need is a shipping method. So how do we create one? I'm going to create one called email, and it's really simple. I just type in the word email under shipping method.
If it's an email shipping method, does that mean?
Go ahead.
Does that mean that they can only buy stuff online? They can't come into the shop and pay for something with their gift certificate? Or?
Oh, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. If it's an email shipping method, all it means is that when they buy a gift certificate, they will have that certificate emailed to them automatically by the software. So there's nothing you need to do. They can then print that certificate at home.
Okay.
And then they can walk right into your shop and use it, just as if they had bought it from you inside the shop.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm getting even more confused, Matt, because we have gift cards.
Okay.
So we have gift cards. We use a third-party provider, whatever, and then you know, when I get an email to say someone has bought a gift card on our website, then I will mail that gift card to that client. So this is completely different, right? This is a gift.
Well, this part of it is completely different, but it doesn't have to be. No, you can certainly do gift cards through this system, but not a third-party gift card.
Okay, because I want to get rid of that third-party thing. I just want to be able to do it through the software. So this is what I want to know.
Yeah, let's talk about those. So first we're going to talk about email. So I just type in the word email, and then I go to my shipping charge, and of course that's 0. So I just type in the word, then I put in my shipping charge, and I press add.
Right.
Your shipping charge has been added. So I now have an email shipping charge. Now I want to say, well, wait a minute. That's fine if somebody's in a real hurry and they're going to print out a gift certificate from home and then walk through my door and use it. That's fine. But what if they want to buy a gift card? Okay, so I could do something physical like USPS first class or FedEx overnight or something like that. Let's say USPS first class.
Okay.
And I might even add an extra line for card. Okay, so then I'll put in, and I don't have to do that. I could just put in USPS first class, and then I can put in my shipping charge. So now my shipping charge is going to be whatever I want to have for my shipping and handling. And let's say, because it's USPS first class and it's just a card, it costs me $2, but it also costs me a little bit of time. So I'm going to say $4 for USPS first class and add. Easy peasy. Then I say, okay, now somebody wants a gift card, but they really need it fast. So maybe I add a third one, FedEx overnight, and maybe I charge $20 for that, and add. So now I've got 3 different shipping methods: email, FedEx overnight, and USPS first class, okay? So those are my options. Now, why is that important to me? If somebody chooses email through the process, they will be emailed a certificate that they are then going to be able to print out and walk through your door and use. If they are using the app, and they select email, then their gift certificate is actually going to become a gift card on their app that they can actually use in your store. They can bring their phone into your store, and you can scan their phone to use their gift certificate or / gift card, whatever you want to call it, because it's digital. Then the other methods, though, USPS First Class or FedEx Overnight, they are going to work very differently. When somebody uses one of those options, you're going to get an alert in your point of sale that somebody has made a purchase of a gift card or gift certificate, and it will give you a shipping label. You will now be able to take one of your gift cards, activate it, and ship it out to them. Now, the reason...
where are we getting alerted? Yeah, how are we getting alerted that somebody bought a card? If we have to mail it out to them?
Okay, we'll go ahead and save this and exit out. In your point of sale, there is an alert that actually appears right up here.
Oh my gosh.
And you can click on it, and it will tell you that Sally James just purchased a $100 gift certificate or gift card, and she wants it shipped to this address. So then you take one of your gift cards, you swipe that card, and it will associate that card with that purchase. You can now print out that mailing label, ship it out to them. They physically get a card now. So they did not get a gift certificate to print out at home. They physically get a card that you have mailed out to them. And now when they walk in, they can use it. When you go to Pro Solutions, you can accept gift certificate as a method of payment, and you can swipe the card.
Okay,
so those cards...
Is it going to pop up? Can it pop up while we're in the middle of another transaction? Or
Absolutely. It's not going to stop you from performing that transaction. It's just a button that pops up. It looks like a planet that because it's, for the web. Anyway, It pops up, and no matter what you're doing, you can keep doing it. All it does is show up. You have to click on it to go through the process of printing out that mailing label and swiping the card, etc. Yeah, it doesn't require an email get sent to you and say, oh, this person made this purchase, so now I've got to do a process of a sale. They've already purchased it. They've already paid for it with their credit card online. So now all you need to do is associate a card with that with that purchase, and mail it out to them. Okay. All right. So now, that's as far as setting up the gift certificate portion of it, that's all there is to it. You simply click this button, set up your shipping methods, and save. That's it. Once you've done that, the gift certificate portion is now available to you. So let's take a look. You don't have it, so let's go into mine here. Refresh my page here, and I'm going to click on gift certificates. Or, as you know, you could have had a separate URL that on your website might have said something like, I don't have mine actually turned on. Hang on just a second. Let's turn that off. I apologize. Give me one moment. I don't actually have mine turned on. Let me do that very quickly.
Yeah, you can talk to him now, I think.
Oh, no, I was trying to mute that.
Oh.
There we go. All right, mine is turned on now, and that's not something you ever have to worry about, by the way, if you're in the cloud. It's always on. Okay, so let's go on back here. Let's go back to our store. Go ahead.
So Matt, if I'd have clicked on that gift certificates and would we have got the little button to see gift certificates in our?
Yes, in the main store, yes. Not in the appointments. Not in the appointments, but in the main store, yes.
I know what you mean, in the store.
This gift certificate button would appear. So I'm going to click on that, and it takes me to this page. So I can put in my recipient's first name, their last name, the dollar amount. I can put in a personal message, and I can choose my shipping terms. And I've got 3 of them: email, USPS First Class for card, and FedEx Overnight for card, perhaps I could have written that. So I choose one of them, like email, and continue. Oh, yeah, I haven't filled it in. Dina Wiggins, dollar amount, $100. Don't need that because the decimal 00 is already there. Personal message, congrats on being married to me, and continue. And so now it says, okay, this is what's going on. I have created a recipient. I've got my gift card or gift certificate amount of $100. I can add another certificate, or I can proceed. Now I can put in my credit card information. If I am having a card shipped out and it's not the same address as this, I can check this box and put in a different address. I want this mailed directly to my mother, to my sister, to my wife, whatever. So I could have done that. But if I don't do that, then it's going to go to this address. But now, of course, I chose email. So it's going to ignore that. It's just using it for a lower rate in the credit card. It's going to use the email address to send them out their email. So you fill that in and you hit process. What happens then is they are emailed their gift certificate as long as their card was processed and went through properly. If their card was declined, they would simply get an error page that says that their card was declined. They'll have to go through the process again with a different card. If, however, their card went through properly, they get the email. They also get a page on this screen that says you should have just received an email. Okay, so now they've got a certificate that they could print out because they got the email, and they can now walk into your shop and use it. If, however, they chose a different method of shipping, like USPS First Class or FedEx Overnight, then they would have received a receipt instead. And on your end, you would have gotten an alert. When they buy a gift certificate and they email it to themselves, you do not get the alert because there's nothing for you to send to them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You guys understand that? Okay, great. All right, so now we're going to skip. We're not going to talk about retail yet. We're going to in just a moment. But now we're going to talk about the app a little bit for that particular feature. We're going to talk about the gift certificate feature on the app. Once you've set it up in your store, it works in your app. However, remember, it's not going to work in the store or the app, even if you've set it up, if you don't have an API login and transaction key. Okay, so your customer opens up your app. It's going to have your artwork, of course. It's going to have your information here, and they're going to click on perhaps gift cards. And it's essentially the same process. They will see a page like this. It's the very first page they see on their smartphone. They put in the first and last name. They put in a dollar amount. They can even type in a personal message and hit continue. After they filled it out, it may look something like this. When they hit continue, they'll be taken to this page that will show them what it is they're about to do. They can add another certificate or they can continue again. When they hit continue, they'll be brought to this page. Now they're going to put in their credit card information. They put in all of their credit card information, so it may look something like this. And they can then hit process. Notice it says, please allow up to 1 minute for gift card activation. 1 minute. After they have hit process, if their card went through successfully, then thank you for your purchase, your gift card number is, and the barcode. They can now walk their phone into your business and use the gift certificate right from their phone, and you can actually scan their phone. If they are not doing that, if they had selected email, for instance, they're going to get, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's go back in there. I closed out too quickly. There we go. They're going to get an email as well. Now, this is the email that was actually sent to my smartphone, but I could have printed it out from a regular computer as well and used it. So I could also forward this, of course, to my wife, my friend, my mother, whatever, or I can keep it for myself right on my phone. Either way is up to you. That's the way it works in the app. Now we're going to talk about retail. Going to click on the retail button. And once again, once you click on that retail button, the retail button will appear in your front page of the store. Now, the first thing that you're going to have is item 1 through 10, and you're able to put in up to 10 different SKU numbers. So right now, I've put in 6 SKU numbers. I could have put in 10. I could have just put in 1. And you can change these at any time. But note, these are your featured products. So what I mean by that, when I say featured products, is these are the first products that your customers are going to see. So you might have a featured product of the week, or maybe of the month, or maybe it's just the same products all year long, whatever it is, because whatever SKU numbers you put in here, those are going to be your featured products. Up to 10, and again, you could just do 1. You could even leave it blank and have no featured products at all. Then you're going to put in your shipping per item. So if somebody bought one of these products, it's going to cost them $2.50 on top of the cost of the product and any applicable taxes. If they bought two products, however, it would then become $5. Three products would become $7.50, etc. So it's per item. Then, after we've selected our shipping per item, then we're able to come down here to manufacturers. And this is where we're going to use our checkboxes to eliminate things. If it is left unchecked, then I can sell these manufacturers' products online. If it is checked, I cannot sell these manufacturers' products online. I can also go down to my categories and do the same thing. If they are unchecked, I can sell those categories of products online. If they are checked, I cannot sell them online. Now, let's take a look at Paul Mitchell. I've said I can sell Paul Mitchell products online, but maybe under Paul Mitchell here, I might have very specific products that I don't want to sell online. So even though I've said, yes, I want to sell Paul Mitchell products online, I've got 4 Paul Mitchell products to choose from, but this one I don't sell online. So I check it. So you can really select just exactly what it is you want to be sold online. Now, you might say, well, why would I ever do that? Think about diversion. Let's say you've got a company like L'Oreal, and L'Oreal allows you to sell products online. They allow you to sell products in Rite Aid and Walmart and Walgreens. You'll find L'Oreal products all over the place. For many of their products, they don't concern themselves with diversion. However, L'Oreal also makes a product line called Kerastase. Kerastase products, go right ahead, please.
So we can sell all of our products online, but we can only feature 10 of them?
That's right.
What does it look like for the featured
we're going to see that in just a moment.
Okay.
Yeah. So in this case, L'Oreal says, hey, look, we also make Kerastase products. Kerastase products cannot be sold anywhere but inside the salon. So even though L'Oreal might be one of your manufacturers that you do allow to be sold online, the Kerastase line within L'Oreal would be checked because you can't sell them online. Does that make sense? Okay, so once we've chosen what can and cannot be sold online and we've chosen our featured products, we hit save and exit. Once again, it's ready to go immediately. You don't have to worry yourself about anything except for the API login and transaction key. If you don't have those, it's not going to work. So let's take a look at how it works. So we're going to go to our online store, and my 6 featured items appear. They're ready to be sold. A customer can click on any one of these, or they could go to my categories. So they could go to shampoos, for instance, and they can then see a list of every shampoo that I offer. Now, I want you to notice something. Look at all these shampoos. They don't have pictures. And yet, just a moment ago, we were looking at products with pictures. Obviously, having pictures is a much more effective way of selling a product. Of course, they could also they could purchase via manufacturer as well. So they can purchase by categories, or they can purchase by manufacturers, or they can choose from featured products. So if I chose Cameo, for instance, I would only be shown my Cameo products. And again, if they had pictures, they would be shown there as well. So now how do we get a picture in there? In your actual inventory, there is a button right here that says Upload Image. So here's a product number 10. I can hit Upload Image. Product number 40, this is my SB products, age corrective. Upload image. I've already got an image uploaded. How do I know that? Because if we go back to my store and I go back to our featured items, one of these is product number 40. And I know that because in my store here, here we go. If I go back to retail, you'll notice my first SKU number is product number 40. And there it is, my age corrective starter set. This is my product number 40, and I uploaded an image for it. Now, you might say, oh, I can't really see that very well. Well, of course, I can either make the page bigger, or when you actually click on a product to purchase it, when you actually click on the product itself to purchase it, it will not only take you to a page where you're able to see that product so that you can add it to your cart. Let me go ahead and do that. There we go. In stock, by the way, if your product is out of stock, your customer won't be able to buy it online. They could also click on it, though, to zoom. And there it is. This is my Eminence Age Corrective Starter Set. And here it is, my Esprit products, skincare, and my description. Natural retinol alternative for normal to dry skin. Okay. And then I've got it set at $42 and I can simply add it to my cart. There's my product. I can go to checkout now, or I can keep shopping. And I go to checkout now, put in my credit card information. I can choose a different shipping address if I want. In this case, obviously, I don't have to worry about email. I can't email myself a product. So when I process my credit card, do I get an email? Yes, but that email is nothing more than a receipt telling them what they just purchased. On your end, in the point of sale, an alert pops up letting you know that somebody has just made a purchase of an online product. Now, let's talk about the app. So we're going to go here to shop. Your customers then are able to go into your app, press the shop button, and it will bring up this window. And yes, it will have your featured products showing first, featured products or categories or manufacturers. Hopefully you've got a picture for everything in your system. So now your customers are able to scroll through the products that they want to see by category, by manufacturer, or through your featured products. And they're then able to choose a product like the shoulder pads here. And it'll bring up the same information: in stock, Nature's Way, heat products. And if there was a description, it would be here. So they've got it. They can add it to their cart. There it is. Check out now or empty cart. If they go to, and of course they could keep shopping by going to categories, manufacturers, and featured products. And they could go to checkout now because that's the only product they want to purchase. And when they go to checkout now, they'll be brought to this page where they put in all of their information, including their credit card. And they can check for additional shipping address if different. And they can put in a different shipping address if they check that box. Then they can proceed to confirmation.
I have a question.
Go right ahead.
I have a question
yes.
for you. So if this is a client who is in our client file, will they have to put all this information out in every time, or will it automatically?
It's a good question. It's a good question. Okay, so they are already in your client file, but they go through this process one time. But this is based on their security settings on their phone. The next time they go here, all of this can be pre-populated for them. So they don't have to put it. It doesn't have anything to do with you. Your software is not putting this information in for them. That's a safety feature. That's a security feature. We can't do that. So instead, their phone can, though. Yeah. So their phone will actually have all of that information already in for them if they wanted to. On my phone, I do have that. I've got a secure thing with B of A, and when I go to something like this, my secure B of A puts all of my information in that I've already entered one time. Can I change it? Yes, but it's already there for me. Or I could have nothing like that, and I would have to put it in new every time. But that's based on the phone, not on the Transcend software. Okay? All right, so the customer fills this information in, and they can then proceed with purchase. When they make that purchase, they get an email. That is a receipt. They also get this page now on their phone. Thank you for your order. Your authorization code is, you've been charged this amount for your order today. You'll be sent an email receipt of your transaction. Thanks again. And now they can go back to shop, or they can go back to the main store, the main page of their app, I mean. This is what the receipt might look like.
Quick question. How are they to be informed as to like when their products will arrive and all that?
That's entirely up to you. You could put a text in the store that says something like, please allow 3 days, or something like that. Every product, by the way, can have its own unique text, so that when somebody goes to buy a product, it might be a product that requires 3 or 4 days shipping, or it might be a product that, is USPS first class. They're going to get it, when they get it, tomorrow, the day after that, whatever it may be. But you can actually add that text, but nowhere in the software does it already do that for you. So again, that's entirely up to you if you want to include information like that. I would simply have, something very basic like, all shipping is USPS first class for products. Well, if that was the case, then everybody has a fairly good understanding of how long that normally takes. Okay. All right, because you don't want to say it's going to be there in 2 days unless you are actually doing 2-day shipping. Because, God forbid, you're wrong about that. So yeah, you don't want that necessarily. Okay, so heading back. Hi, did I just get Goldie join the class? I don't know if she can hear me, but if you can, if you don't have a microphone, but you can hear me, you can, of course, go ahead and type questions into the chat, or feel free, if you can speak, if you have a microphone on your computer, or if you dial into the conference call number, you're obviously welcome to say whatever it is you'd like. Okay, so continuing on. Okay, so that is the setup of the gift certificates and the retail, et cetera, and the appointments. And it works, again, with the app or with the store. So we went through both the, I showed you both the app and the store for gift certificates and retail. Now, let's take a look at the app for appointments. So we're going to go back there again, and your customer pulls up your app, and of course it's got your logo and your artwork on it, and now they press the button that says book. Now understand something. They have already registered the app. Because they have registered the app, they do not have to ever put in their username and password again. Okay? They're already registered. Your software knows who they are because it's coming from their phone. Does that make sense?
Actually,
yes, no? Go ahead.
Matt, I downloaded the app for the first time yesterday from the Apple Store.
Okay.
And I saw, I'm just looking at it right now on my phone. Let me see if I can get back. Do I, being as I am an employee, and I'm guessing, so this is the client's.
That's right. There are two different apps. There's the client app and there's the employee app. So, and they work very differently, and they do things differently. So you're not downloading the client app as an employee.
Oh, how do I download the other one?
So shouldn't I be downloading this then at all? Because I just wanted to see how.
Well, I mean, yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with you downloading it. First of all, it's completely free, but feel free to download it and play with it so that you get a good understanding of how it works, so you can explain it to your customers. Absolutely. But I'm just saying, you're not going to use the client app for employee features.
I understand that, but I wanted to know. If I go into do I have to register it, or do I, because I've got a client file, is it connected to our client file in the?
That's right, yes. It's connected to your client file.
Okay. So do I, am I setting up as a?
When you launch the app, you have to register first. And
I've launched it now.
And you're going to register it with your name and email address that you have on file right now. And if you're already a client, then it'll tell you, hey, we found you. And if you're not already a client in the system, then it will create a brand new account for you in your software.
That's what I get.
Okay. So just a second, Matt. So my receptionist, Sarah, who's at the meeting with us, she's just downloaded the app right now. So what comes up is, what does that say? It says
it's supposed to say register, but it says the font's too big, and so it says RE.ter.
Yeah, and then
if there's any problem with formatting or anything like that, I would simply recommend that you speak to one of our techs. They'll be able to resolve that for you quickly.
Okay, but really the question is, should she? I mean, it should say, should she hit register? So she has got to register this.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So that the software knows whose phone it is.
Okay, so everyone's got to register.
Everyone needs to register. Once you've registered the first time, though, anytime they open the app, they never have to put in a username and password again because it knows which phone that is. Every phone is unique, like a fingerprint.
I don't think is there two different apps we can buy from the App Store, or is it just the client app?
Okay, from the Apple App Store and from the Google Play Store, you can get the client app. That's what your customers are getting. You are not getting the employee app from the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store because you don't want your clients downloading your employee app. You get your employee app directly from a link from us, which you should have already been emailed. And if you haven't, then you can just go to your chat support and say, hey, where's my link to my employee app, and they'll give it to you.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it should have already been emailed to you.
Well, I'm still coming up. Okay, I didn't really understand it, Matt, to be honest. I know that I spoke with someone a couple of weeks ago about the API login for Mercury Vantive, and I don't even know if I've got that set up or not yet. I think somebody was dealing with it though.
Okay, so that would be, yeah, that's for the login and the transaction key, so that you can sell gift certificates or product online. So yeah, I mean, we can certainly help you with that as well, but no, that doesn't really have anything to do with what we're talking about right now.
Right. So when when the client registers, will that find their client file within our system?
Yes.
It will. Okay.
It will. Yes.
Okay. So then they'll be able to look at their history, will they?
That's right. They sure will. You want? I can show you that as well.
I'm filling in my information here while I talk to you. So see if I can.
Okay. So to go through the process of appointments through the app, they choose their group just like they normally would. Remember, they did not have to choose. They did not have to put in their username and password. They simply hit choose group, and a list of your groups will appear. They'll choose the one they're interested in, and after doing that, this will appear. So now they've chosen the group, and they'll now be able to choose a service. So they click on that, and now a list of services will appear within that group. They choose the service they're interested in, so now it looks like this. And now they can choose the person that they want to see. They can choose anybody, and it'll do a round robin, or they can choose a specific operator that provides that service. Then it'll look something like this, because they chose Carly. So they can now press choose date, choose the day that they're interested in, and it'll fill in the date, and they can press check times. All of the times that Carly is available for on the date that they want to see her will appear. It may only be 1 or 2 times, maybe none. Or it may say that she has no times available on this day. Or it will show you a whole lot. It really depends on how busy her day is. So after they've chosen a specific time, they can now hit continue, and it'll show them everything they're about to do. They can book the appointment, add another service, or wipe it out and start over. If they press book appointment, they will get a thank you with the information. They will also receive an email with the information. And of course, in your software, the appointment now appears directly on the appointment book. So that's the process of booking through the app. Now, I do want to show you the profile right now because you had some questions on that. So when a customer has registered their account, again, they've got these 6 options: book, shop, upcoming, gift cards, message us, and profile. If they click on profile, they have 6 more options. And yes, of course, it'll have your artwork that you want. Update information, service history, retail history, membership status, gift card status, and series status. Update information. If your customer clicks this, it's going to show them a page that looks like this. And they can actually, maybe they got married and they changed their last name, or maybe they've got a new phone, or maybe they've moved, so they changed their address, or maybe they even have changed their email, or they want to put in their anniversary or something like that. They put in the information they want. They'll see what you already have, but they can put in the information they want and hit update. And this will actually change the information right in your Transcend software. But they will already see right here what you have on file for them. Okay? If they choose service history, then they will see every service they've ever gotten from you. Even if they downloaded the app today, they'll see every service they got from you last week, last month, last year, etc. So it'll show the dates that they received them, the service, and the operator that they received it from. Then they can go to retail history, same thing. Date, SKU number, and the product that they purchased. And if it says internet next to it, then it means that it was purchased online. So this product they purchased online, this product was purchased in-house. If you are using the loyalty rewards program, then it will also show them their membership type, how many points they've earned, how many points they've used, etc., and their expiration date. So all of that information is available through membership status. Then the gift card status. If they own a gift certificate or gift card, it will give them their certificate number as well as the actual amount and the balance. And then finally, series. If they have purchased a series from you, then they will be able to see how many they have left and the expiration date of that series, if any. And at any time, they can use this button to go back to the main screen of the app. So all of those things are available to your customers, as well as other features as well that we haven't talked about.
So I've got a question for you, Matt, quickly. So
go ahead.
I have just updated, I put my information in because I've got a client file within our software.
Okay.
So I've put my name, address, everything in. So it's updated, it says. And then I go to service history, and it says no service history. So why hasn't it found me?
That's a good question. I really don't know the answer to that. You'd want to talk to a tech, but also find out whether or not you're in the software more than once.
I'm not. I know I'm. Oh, you know what? I think I'm under Jill.
Well, I'm just saying, check in there to find out if you're in there more than once, and then check the history of those multiple client files. If you do have multiple client files, one of them might be blank, and if that's the case, that may be the one that it accessed.
Yeah.
If that's not the case, if they both have history and you're not seeing anything, then I would highly recommend speaking to one of our techs. I haven't heard that problem before. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's actually the class. Now, I know that, Goldie, you joined us very late, but I have been recording this class. And Goldie, if you would like, I can send you a copy of this recording. Would you like me to email you a copy of this class? And Jill, would you like me to email you a copy of this class?
Yes, please.
Okay, absolutely. I've got your email address, Jill. No problem there. But Goldie, if you wouldn't mind telling me what your email address is, if you wouldn't mind typing that up for me, I'd appreciate that, and I'll get it out to you. Let me write that up. All right. Okay, so Goldie, I'll have that out to you probably within the next 2 hours or less. Same with you, Jill. Thank you both very much for attending today. I know that you guys are very busy people, and the fact that you can take an hour or more out of your busy day to attend a class like this is very much appreciated by people like me, because the people who know the most about the software are the people who end up being the happiest with it. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks, you too.
My pleasure. Bye-bye.